Hello guys, good evening. As it's Monday, so I'll start with my Forex weekly analysis. Starting with the dollar index chart, as you can clearly figure out that market has closed like a spinning top. Okay, though this moving average is acting as a strong support here, and but the spinning top clearly indicates that there's still indecision. There needs to be a proper decision and which will be confirmed only after the candle closing above the high or below the low. But another thing also, if you notice, market has been alternate. Like if you see, there was a bullish candlestick, then a bearish one, then again a bullish candlestick, again a bearish one. Now it's an indecision. So market has been indecisive. There has been movement, huge movement. One week market was strongly bullish, dollar index. Another week was strongly bearish. Then another week you can see strongly bullish. So just now, as per the direction, market is not very clear when it comes to, especially with dollar index. Okay, not with other things. So in this case, I would suggest you should trade checking the daily closings. Okay, if I check the daily close, I have a small pin bar here. Okay, but that was on Friday's movement. So I would suggest wait for a proper Monday closing. The way the Monday candle closes, because Monday is an indication that market tries to settle down a little bit. There could be a possibility that this is just a pullback and market will try to come back, fall down till here. So what you can clearly notice is dollar index. This is the support line, okay, and then this is the resistance line, okay. And you can clearly notice that market is moving in between that range. You can also draw this resistance line something like this. Support turned into resistance. This makes more sense. Okay. Because there it was just connected two times. So here if you see initially it was a support, right? And then it formed like a resistance. So more like forming like a triangle pattern, right? Symmetrical triangle. Whichever side the breakout happens, the direction will be on that particular side. Okay. So just be very careful. If it's at the resistance, you can be on the sell side. If it's at the support, you can be on the buy side. So for this week, dollar looks very pretty indecisive. Okay. So let's say about what's happening with gold. So we'll check XAU USD. So correlation wise, as we are already aware that I'll just delete everything first. Correlation wise, we have discussed it many times, and if dollar is bullish, then gold should be falling down, or if gold is bearish, then dollar should be going up, or vice versa. Here you can clearly see a very strong pin bar, okay, very strong pin bar, and that to a bearish pin bar. And you can see it at a proper resistance, because if you zoom out your chart, you can clearly see this was a strong resistance previously. Okay, see, and the pin bar is formed exactly at that place. Also, you can see there is another trend line which can be formed connecting the highs. Okay, and you can extend this trend line further. You can extend it till whatever price you can see it can go. Right? See here. So when you're drawing the trend line, you're mainly trying to figure out the area. As I have already mentioned many times that it's not a particular price, it's a zone. So when you're drawing your trend lines, you are more careful about finding a proper area or the zone of resistance. So this looks good. So this looks like a strong resistance that ways, right? Another thing, what you can notice here is the next support what we see, if we expect the gold to fall and it's a very strong rejection, the next support what I can see is this moving average will be my first support. So till here I'm expecting the prices to fall down, okay, somewhere around till this area, because this is my first support. And then after once it breaks, then this will be my next support area. Okay, so this price, otherwise till this price, this will be my second support, this will be my third support. So these levels you have in order to decide targets for gold, right? So overall you can expect, if the market closes below, then you can expect it to fall further till this area. If it closes below, then you can expect further to fall till this area. This is how you can plan your trade. But overall, gold looks like a strong sell for this week. There's also a possibility that I'll just delete everything and I'll just give one perspective that a market can just see, if you see the overall trend is bullish. So there's also a possibility it's just doing the pullback till the first support, till this area, and then market resumes its upward trend. So for now, you can just keep this target in mind and you can be on the sell side of gold for this week. Okay, wait, as it's Monday, wait for proper pullback, and once you get the pullback in a smaller time frame, you can be on the sell side. Another thing what is very important to remember, like I keep saying, there's an inverse correlation when it comes to gold and dollar. So if dollar is showing indecisive, but gold is clearly saying a sell, it's clearly indicating towards the sell side. So automatically there's a higher inclination towards dollar to be on the buy side. Okay, because if gold is falling down, then dollar automatically will start going up. So though it's an indecisive, but there's a higher possibility for dollar index to go up because gold is looking weak. Also, if you remember, in the start itself, I said that this moving average is acting like a support here. So there would be more inclination towards buying. So if you're towards the buy, then correlation wise, gold sell, dollar buy makes more sense. Okay, but in the dollar index chart itself, it's an indecisive candle. So that's about dollar and gold. Now let's move to individual pairs. Before that, let's talk about oil. Okay. Oil, you can say clearly it's falling. Since the market is open today, it has already fallen down a lot. This is a lot of fall when it comes to oil, especially in a weekly time frame. So I would suggest it's clearly looking bearish. It's falling down. It has reached the price of 11, which is the lowest. If you zoom out the chart, you can see which is the lowest price from a long time. Last this price was in 99 and now it is this price. So it is at a very, very low price. I would suggest that if you're on the sell side, you can hold on to your trade till the time market is falling, but don't enter for sell at this current price. It is very risky to sell and it's not advisable to buy because there's no confirmation to buy as well. Okay, so just observe, wait for the confirmation and then trade. Otherwise, don't get into this at this price. If you have a good price to sell, like for example, oil confirmed for sell after this. So there was a fall, there's a slight pullback, and after this candlestick, confirmation oil again confirmed for sell. If you had a sell and you're holding on, then it's fine. But don't enter for a fresh entry at this price of 11. It's too low price to sell. Sorry, it's too low price to sell, but it's not advisable to buy also because for buying you need a bullish candlestick confirmation. Okay, so I would suggest stay out of oil, but it gives a clarity that Canadian dollar is looking weak. Okay, because oil and Canadian dollar has a good correlation, not both ways. If oil is falling down, you can expect Canadian dollar also to be weak, but not the other way around. Okay, so we'll talk about Canadian dollar. We can check USD CAD for that. Okay, so USD CAD, though the candlestick is more like an indecisive, like because the dollar looks indecisive. So whichever chart the candle is indecisive, like I said, you go to the daily time frame and you can trade accordingly as per the daily close. So as per the daily candle closes, mostly USD CAD you should be on more on the buying side because oil is falling down, Canadian dollar is weak, and dollar more inclination because of gold. We figured out that it should be a buy. So USD CAD overall you can be on the buying side. And another thing, if we talk technically, you can draw a trend line. I can extend it also, but you can clearly draw a trend line acting as both support as well as resistance, right? I'll just connect from here. You can connect it from the previous points. It's just that you would have to zoom out your chart more. Okay, so this is what is more like a breakout pullback setup, which is formed. So you can be on the buying side of USD CAD, but just wait for proper confirmation. I mean proper pullbacks, and in a lower time frame you can buy. Okay, so USD CAD. Then let's move to Euro USD. Euro USD weekly time frame. Yes, it's again a spinning top type of a formation. And if you see, candles are alternate, like I discussed in the dollar index chart. So best is just go with the daily time frame. Today is Monday, so I would say just wait for today's close, and then you can trade accordingly. So again, if today's candle, let's say if it closes below the low, then it confirms for sell. If it closing above the high, then it confirms for buy. So basically, it's in a more like a symmetrical triangle. So it should break out on either of these sides, either this side or this side, whichever side the breakout happens. So as it is currently at the support, so you can be on the buying side till the resistance. But as the range is, I mean, it's coming together, it's converging. So I would suggest wait for the breakout and then trade. Okay. If the range is this big, then it makes sense buy at the support, sell at the resistance, because you can make 1:2. But here, range is not that big, right? So just wait for the breakout and then you should be trading. Moving to GBP USD. So GBP USD has a very clear candlestick confirmation, which is like a proper rejection. I am not sure if it's a pin bar because it does not look three times of the body that you can measure, but it's clearly a rejection candle. Okay. And also it is formed like a breakout pullback setup. See? Support, it's a confluence setup. You can also say that support turned into resistance coinciding with the moving average, and also in this case you can draw a Fibonacci retracement from the resistance till the support, basically swing high to swing low. See, it's exactly rejecting 50% here, and everything is coinciding at 61.8, right? So if you're selling also, one thing is sure that your stop loss has to be above 61.8% level, right? So GPUSD is clearly indicating for sell, which itself means dollar is more towards the buy side. It confirms that, and GP at the same time is looking weak, right? In between euro and GBP, GP looks more weak, so euro GBP as a pair should be more on the buying side, right? But the way the candle has closed, see it has reached the support, right? So I would suggest that wait for the candle. So here, see at these situations when the market, I don't have to draw any trend lines, but it's very clear with the two moving averages at the same price, it clearly signals that market is reaching the support level, right? Also, you can draw a Fibonacci in this case from low to high. See, market has broken below 61.8, and it is still has scope to get, so moving average in between this level, which is 61.8 to 78.6. So it's not helping as a very strong support level. So what you can draw is, now you can draw a trend line here, which will give you better clarity. See, which is a support initially turned into resistance, and then, so this area, what I'm trying to say, is a very strong support. So you should wait for the candlestick confirmation around this area, and then accordingly you should take a decision. It's not a good price to sell here because support is very near. It could be good to buy here once you get a candlestick closing. So this euro GP, I would suggest you should wait for the weekly close and trade next week. Okay. Now moving back to our our major pairs, we spoke about Euro USD, GP USD. GP USD looks like a good sell. New Zealand USD, again, you can see it's more like an indecisive spinning top type of a formation. Okay. But another thing is that you can see a breakout pullback setup is forming. Okay. Or already formed, it's a proper breakout and market has done the pullback. Okay, max it can do a pullback and spike till here. Okay, that you can keep in mind, but it's a clear, though it's a spinning top, that's why it's not a proper confirmation to sell. But still in a daily time frame you can go, and if you get a confirmation to sell there, a bearish candlestick, then you can be on the selling side. So weekly setup confirms that it's a good breakout pullback setup, but we don't have a proper candlestick confirmation. It's a indecisive candlestick. So that's why it's better to go to a smaller time frame, which is a daily time frame, not very small time frame. You can go for a daily time frame to take a confirmation for the sell again, and then take a trade in a 4 hourly or hourly time frame. Okay, so weekly, wherever there is indecision, so take your direction time frame as daily for this week in most of the currencies. Okay, again talking about AUD USDC, the same spinning top again shows indecision because dollar is indecisive, so automatically most of the currencies automatically follows dollar. That's a base pair, so it becomes like a same way it is formed here as well, that it's showing like an indecision in the market. Okay, there's too much indecision candles this week in the market, so preferably you should use a daily time frame. But setups are good. If you see most of the places, there's proper breakout pullback setups. So that is of should be helpful. That is showing an inclination towards one side, though there's a spinning top, but still it looks like a downward trend. Why? Because of the breakout pullback. So in a daily time frame, wait for a daily direction confirmation, and then on a smaller time frame, enter for sell. That would be my suggestion. So AUD we are done. New Zealand. Now let's talk about USD JPY. USD JPY has closed like a bearish half body, half wick. We'll not call it as a complete bearish body stick, body candlestick. Though dominant part is the body, but wick is also equivalent and it's good enough. Okay. So in this case, again, it comes under more of an indecision candle. It's not a body dominating candle. So overall, if you see USD JPY is indicating, we have to check on a daily time frame here. It's more indicating for a sell setup till the time market is playing below this moving average. Okay, so you would have to wait for the moving average to break in case if it's going bullish. Otherwise, what I can figure out with half body, half wick is dollar is also looking more towards the buy side, and JPY is also looking on the buy side. Okay, so that's why you can see that indecision in the market, that half body, half wick. Because if it was extreme, if JPY was very weak, like in USD CAD we saw, right? USD CAD we could figure out it should be a good buy because dollar has more inclination towards buy, and oil is weak, so Canadian dollar should be a sell. So one strong, one weak pair also always helps, right? You should always trade on one strong, one weak. In this case, both are looking on the strong side. Like for example, you can say GP JPY, right? Indicating for sell. Though it's a Harami pattern, again candlestick wise, it's the same thing. But if you talk about breakout pullback setup, it is indicating for a sell, right? You can also draw another trend line connecting these points, right? Whichever trend line you are comfortable with, you can also draw a trend line which can connect these points. Okay, there's a resistance. It did a breakout, it came back to the zone, and again it's testing as a resistance. So resistance turn into support, and again a resistance. So whichever you are comfortable, if you're not able to figure out trend lines, then you can draw a Fibonacci. See, it's exactly coinciding at 50%. So till the time market is playing below 50%, it's an indication for sell, right? So GP JPY is indicating for sell, which clearly means GP we are on the sell side, JPY we are on the strong side. So apart from, you can say, dollar indicating slightly bullish, JPY is also looking on the buy side. Otherwise, every other pair is looking like a sell. You can check USD CHF, now our last pair of the major. So USD CHF weekly time frame, I'll just delete this. Okay. If you check again, it's a spinning top, which is an indecisive candle. So what you have to do is go to the daily time frame, okay, and do your analysis on a daily time frame. In daily time frame also, you would figure out there's a symmetrical triangle. This situation we have seen in most of the pairs today. Symmetrical triangle everywhere. So wait for the breakout. I would say don't hurry up. On a daily time frame, when these breakouts happen, that's when you can take a decision to be on the buy side or on the sell side. So this week I would prefer that you take daily as a direction time frame. more than weekly. Yeah, gold has confirmed, gave a good confirmation when it comes to weekly time frame. You can wait for a proper pullback to sell gold. But apart from that, other currencies, everything is looking very indecisive. So a major move is about to happen. This is a clear indication of that. When the markets start converging, coming together, it's a clear indication a big breakout is about to happen on either of these sides. So just be careful, wait for the breakout, and then you should be trading. Concentrate more on daily as a direction time frame this week. Okay. Every day, check the closings, and as per the closings, you can take a decisions. And entry, you can do it in 4 hourly or hourly time frame, whichever you are comfortable or whichever is a part of your strategy. Okay. So that's the weekly analysis for this week. So just be careful this week. The way oil is moving, it shows a lot of instability in the market. So, but there's volatility also. So just be careful when you're trading and trade with proper stop losses, trade with proper risk management, and target for 1:2, and you can come out of the market. That's it, guys. Have a good trading week. I'll come up with my video again next week. Hopefully next week we would be able to figure out good direction, because breakouts are expected this week to happen. So let's say how it works out. And let's meet next week. Thank you, guys. Have a good trading week. If you have any queries and if you want me to add any more currency pairs or any of the instrument to analyze, you can post it on the comment box and I'll get back regarding the same in my next video. Thank you, guys.